The story of the lost coin. In a small village nestled among the hills of ancient Judea, where evening shadows painted patterns on whitewashed walls, there lived a woman who possessed 10 silver coins. These were not merely pieces of metal to her, but precious treasures that represented her dowry, symbols of her marriage covenant, and her security for the future. Each coin held memories and promises, carefully preserved through years of daily life. Her modest home was typical of the time, with smooth earthen floors and small windows that let in slanted beams of light. During the day, she would often touch the coins as she went about her tasks, drawing comfort from their presence and the gentle clicking sound they made against each other. They were kept safely together, a complete set that spoke of wholeness and belonging. One evening, as the sun began to set and she prepared to put her house in order for the night, she reached for her coins to count them as was her custom. Her fingers moved over each familiar surface. 1, 2, 3. But as she continued her count, her heart began to flutter with concern. Where there should have been 10, she could only find 9. The missing coin was more than just lost money. It was part of a complete set, like a star missing from a constellation, leaving an empty space that changed the whole pattern. Its absence represented something precious slipped away, a small but significant piece of her life story, temporarily lost in the shadows of her home. Without hesitation, she lit her oil lamp, its warm glow pushing back the gathering darkness. The flame cast dancing shadows on the walls as she held it carefully, allowing its light to illuminate every corner and crevice. She knew the coin must be somewhere within these walls, waiting to be found and restored to its place among the others. With patient determination, she began her search. The lamp's gentle light revealed the texture of the earthen floor, each subtle dip and rise that might cradle a lost coin. She moved with careful purpose, her eyes scanning each section of the floor methodically, knowing that sometimes precious things hide in the most ordinary places. Guided by the warm glow of her lamp, she began to sweep the floor with deliberate care. The gentle swishing sound of her broom filled the quiet evening air as she moved it across the earthen surface. Each stroke was purposeful, each movement a prayer of hope that the lost coin would be revealed. The lamp's light caught the dust motes dancing in the air, creating a soft, golden haze in the room. As she swept, her mind wandered through memories associated with these precious coins. The day she received them, the celebrations they represented, the security they provided. Each one was a chapter in her story, and the missing piece left that story incomplete. She moved her simple furniture with careful determination. The low table where her family shared meals, the cushions where they rested, the clay vessels that held their daily provisions. The lamp's flame flickered with each movement, casting new shadows and illuminating different angles of her search. In a corner of the room, where the light caught something gleaming in the freshly swept earth, her heart leaped with joy. There, partially hidden by settled dust, lay her precious coin. Its silver surface caught the lamplight and winked up at her like a star fallen to earth. With trembling fingers, she reached down to retrieve it, feeling its familiar weight and coolness in her palm. The relief and joy that flooded her heart was like sunrise breaking through clouds. She held the coin close, feeling its smooth surface with her fingertips, confirming its reality. The set was complete again. The empty space filled, the story made whole. Her home, which moments ago had felt shadowed by loss, now seemed to glow with the warmth of recovery. Her natural response to such joy was to share it. Despite the late hour, she called to her neighbors and friends, her voice carrying notes of celebration into the evening air. "Come, rejoice with me," she called, "for I have found what was lost. The coin that was missing has been restored." The neighbors gathered in her small home, drawn by the warmth of her joy and the universal understanding of finding something precious that was lost. Their soft voices filled the room with congratulations and shared happiness. The lamp that had aided her search now illuminated faces bright with celebratory smiles, casting a gentle glow over this impromptu gathering of friends. Such is the nature of true joy. It seeks to be shared, to multiply itself in the hearts of others. Like ripples spreading on still water, her happiness touched each person present, reminding them of their own experiences of loss and recovery, of the sweet relief when something precious is restored. This simple story, told by Jesus to help us understand divine love, carries deep truths that settle into our hearts like evening dew. Just as this woman knew immediately when one coin was missing from her tin, we too are noticed and missed when we stray from where we belong. The careful, persistent search she conducted mirrors the way divine love seeks each soul that has slipped into shadows. The lamp she lit represents hope and guidance, illuminating dark corners and revealing what was hidden. Sometimes we find ourselves in those shadows, covered by the dust of circumstance, or hidden in the corners of our own making. Yet the light never stops searching, never dims in its intensity, never gives up until what was lost is found.